Hey, what's up? Mike Pinto from thesmartguitarist.com here. Today I'm here with my buddy Chris Clemente, great friend and one of the finest bass players you'll meet anywhere. And we're going to do a mod to his Hamm Urge Fender bass today. So before we do that though, I want to have Chris kind of talk about what we're doing with this bass, maybe some history about why you even have this bass in the first place. And
thanks, Mike. Yeah, the Hamm, it's early 90s Hamm bass. It's the Hamm Urge 1, because there's a later model. And I used to have another one that was green, but it got ruined by a practical joke that a friend of mine played on me, where we were doing a show and I fell asleep with the bass on me like this. And he went and got some perfume and sprayed it on me, and it got on the bass, and it's kind of ate away the finish, and it got it. The worst part is it got into the fretboard, and I could never get that horrible smell out.
Oof.
So I ended up selling it, and I was always telling myself, if I find another one, I'm going to get it. And then I found this one on Reverb in perfect condition. And but there are certain things about it that are antiquated as far as the tone goes. So I've asked Mike to help me change some things on it. Right now it's active bass. It has a passive mode. It's got 2 jazz pickups and a P pickup. But I'm thinking that we're going to replace them with Aguilar Split Coils and make it completely passive.
And we're going to get rid of the P bass pickup completely, right?
P bass pickup will come out. Maybe at some other time we might put it back in and do some other little situation, but it'll be a standard volume, tone setup that we're going to go for.
Cool. So why don't you play us a little bit some of the different sounds, and we get a sense of like what is lacking and what you want to improve with the new setup.
All right, so these aren't exactly new strings. And right now, let's see, the first position is off. This next one, next click over, is active with a mid bump that's you can set on the back.
And what pickup is that?
And that is both jazz pickups. Here is the P pickup alone. Here's all 3. And then, of course, when all 3 are on, you can favor either jazz pickup. So here's P pickup with the neck, J bass pickup. And then here is the P pickup with the bridge pickup. Now, for me, they kind of almost all sound the same. I'm not hearing that much variance. Also, this old idea of how the active preamp works has, like I said earlier, an antiquated sound to it. Like the sounds of basses sound different. So I'm hoping that by putting in these different pickups and going passive will change it. The passive mode on this is, so that was the mid, that was the mid bump. Here it is without the mid bump. That's all 3 pickups. I'll go back to the jazz pickups since that's the one that we're going to really be focusing on. Then here is passive, and it's so much quieter.
Ooh. Wow.
So, as you can see, I just want it to be a lot more lively, more modern sounding, at least modern by today's standards. I think it'll still have a Fenderish tone to it. This is a short scale, it's 32, so that's affecting it. And I have really light gauge strings on here too. So.
And let's see, the jazz bass pickups are true single coils, right?
These are single, so there's probably a little noise.
Yeah, let's kind of isolate that and hear what that buzz sounds like.
All right, so here is the pickups. I'll put on the mid bump. I'll bring the treble back up a little bit because the treble of this preamp is in the wrong frequency for me. But
so it's boosting the buzz a little too much?
So here it is. I'll go to the neck pickup. Here's center. Here's bridge pickup. That one's not too bad, but you can really hear it on the other one.
Yeah, and for reference here, put the P-bass pickup on so we hear the hum canceling.
Okay, so here is the neck pickup jazz by itself. You hear the noise. Here's the P pickup by itself, which is...
Yeah, dead quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, and then these Aguilar pickups we're putting in are split coils, right? So they're side-by-side hum canceling pickups.
Correct.
Cool. So no matter what pickup setting you use, whether it's the neck alone, both, or the bridge alone, it'll be totally quiet all the time, right?
So that's how it's supposed to work. So, and then maybe later on we'll, you know, at another time we'll decide if we'll put in the P pickup again, but that'll be a whole other thing. Right now, just trying to get a really good basic tone using split coil jazz pickups.
Cool. And just so everybody knows here, let's get a shot of Chris's pedal board. Chris, what are we running through right now? What's active?
All right. The only thing I have on right now is the Keeley bassist limiting amplifier. Essentially, it's a compressor.
Okay, then we're going through that Tech 21 VT bass.
The VT bass DI. So everything, as you can see, it's fairly flat. There's a little bit of drive in there in the character, so it's and it is engaged.
Cool. So, and then we're going straight into a Apogee duet preamp and just recording it directly into Logic like that. Okay, cool. Well, let's get going with the mod. We'll install the pickups and put in all the passive pots and circuitry, and then we'll meet you back here again later with the final result. All right, so Chris's bass has that little toggle switch on it, and since we're going to be removing it as part of the wiring harness when we take all the rest of the electronics out, we've decided to use it as a series parallel switch for the two pickups. So we've got the neck pickup, we've got the bridge pickup, and then there's going to be three pots. There's the neck volume, the bridge volume, and then a master tone control. Okay, so we're going to use a double pole, double throw switch. And here's how we'll connect it. First, the output of the bridge pickup is going to go to the bridge volume control. The ground of the neck pickup is going to go to permanent ground. In series mode, we're going to want the output of the neck pickup to connect to the ground of the bridge pickup. So we're going to take the output of the neck pickup and put it on this pole of the switch. We're going to take the ground of the bridge pickup and put it on this pole of the switch. In parallel mode, when the switch is thrown like this, then what will happen is this. We want the output of the neck pickup to go to the neck volume control. Oh, and I should also say that the ground connection of the bridge pickup is indeed going to go to ground. So what happens is the neck pickup output comes to here, the switch connects it to here, it goes to the neck volume control. And then I should finish the schematic here. The neck volume control joins to the bridge volume control. Both of them go to the tone. And then here's the output. And the bridge pickup also, the ground connection goes to ground. The output goes to the bridge volume control. It goes to tone control, goes out. But then in series mode, so let's cross these throws out. In series mode, when it's connected this way, we're going to put a little jumper cable between these two throws. So now the neck pickup ground connection is indeed going to ground. The output is going to here. The switch is connecting it to here. The jumper is connecting it to here. The switch is connecting it to this pole, which is the ground of the bridge pickup. So it's connecting both pickups in series with each other. The bridge output then goes to the bridge volume control. So in this mode, the bridge volume pickup, in series mode, the bridge volume pickup is a master volume for the whole thing. And the neck volume will not do anything. The tone control will, of course, continue to work, and it goes to the output. And boom, that's how we do it. Okay, so this elaborate scheme of alligator clips and wires here is a test of our schematic to see if our series parallel switch works. So you can make sense of what's happening here. Here's the neck pickup. Here's the bridge pickup. This is the neck volume. This is the bridge volume, which will be the master volume in the series setting. And here is the double pole, double throw switch, which of course has all these alligator clips clustered around it. Here is the output jack going to a little test amp on my bench here, and all of the ground connections are clustered together here under my fingers here. If I let go, you hear that buzz. So I got to keep my fingers on this. Chris is going to tap the pickups with a metal screwdriver here. It's actually a center punch. And I'm going to test both series and parallel mode on the switch and check the volumes. Now you'll note I did not connect the tone control because the tone control will have zero effect on the series parallel switch, so I didn't take the time to try connecting it. So, okay, here we go. So let's see. So right now the switch is in what should be series mode, I believe. Let's switch it to parallel. Okay, so now Chris is going to tap the bridge pickup. Okay, I'm adjusting the volume. Keep going. Okay, the volume's going down, so we're good. All right, now Chris tapped the neck pickup, and I will turn the neck volume control. Great, and that works too. Now let's do the reverse. You keep tapping the neck pickup, and I will adjust the bridge volume control. The bridge volume control has no effect on the neck pickup. And let's do vice versa. Now tap the bridge pickup and I'll turn the neck volume control. Has no effect on it. Okay, great. All right, now we're going to flip the switch to series mode. Now in this mode what we're looking for is the neck pickup volume control has no effect whatsoever, and the bridge pickup volume control will affect the volumes of both pickups equally because it's acting as a master volume for the whole circuit. Okay, here we go. So this is the neck pickup being tapped, and I will turn the master volume control. Okay, so that's working. All right, and then why don't you keep tapping that pickup and I'll turn the neck pickup. The neck pickup volume knob has no effect whatsoever. Okay, now tap the bridge pickup. The master volume is acting as we expect. And the neck pickup volume is having no effect whatsoever. Okay, great. So we know that our circuit works and we can proceed with the mod.
All right, so first we take the back plate off, and we see that there is a whole lot of stuff crammed in there. The circuit board for the preamp and the battery. And so since all the parts are all soldered directly to the circuit board, we've got to free up the pots and the switch from the front of the base. Disconnect the battery, and now wiggle the circuit board out of there. Finally get it out, and we see that the wires from the pickups are connected with quick release type connectors, so I don't even have to unsolder them. Next we remove the jack and unsolder the wires to it. And then the whole assembly finally comes free. Now it's time to take the pickups out and then drop the new ones in. And I'm reusing the screws and rubber bushings from the original pickups because the new Aguilars did not come with them. And to make the wiring job easier and also very tidy, I made a cardboard template of the hole locations, and I wired up the pots and switch outside of the base. I punched holes in the marked locations and then pushed in the pots and switch. Then I just wired everything up. As you can see, it's much easier to do it this way than it would be to try to wire everything up inside of the base control cavity. I cut the wire lengths precisely to keep them short and to keep everything as tidy as possible. The black and white braid are for the hot and ground wires to the output jack. And here is the finished harness. Then I wired up the output jack, holding it still in a vise. Then I popped the wiring harness in. First the pots and the switch, and then the jack. Put the washers and nuts on the pots and the switch on the front of the base, and then finally solder the wires from the pickups. Each pickup has 2 ground wires, all of those are black, and the neck hot wire is yellow, and the bridge hot wire is the white one. And the last wire there to solder in place is the ground wire from the bridge of the bass. And here it is, all wired up and ready to be tested.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. This should be parallel mode. Perfect. Okay, so the neck volume control is affecting just the neck pickup. Great. Now let's try the bridge pickup. Great. All right, and the neck pickup volume control should have nothing to do with the bridge pickup. Great. Okay, cool. Now we go to series mode. Okay, both work. That's weird. Okay, now let's see. Neck pickup control. Neck pickup has nothing to do with that. And the bridge pickup is now acting as a master volume. Great. All right, let's see if the tone control knot works. Yep, it's working.
Nice.
That's a little troubling me that is happening. I have an idea.
Basically, I made a mistake wiring the ground wires for series mode. Remember that in series mode, the hot output of the neck pickup is connected to what is otherwise the ground connection of the bridge pickup, connecting the two in series. Well, also remember that each pickup has two ground wires. It turns out that one actually connects to one end of the coil, opposite of the hot, and the other is like a chassis ground. For the bridge pickup, I had incorrectly wired both of them to the series parallel switch. So in series mode, not only was the coil of the bridge pickup connected in series, but so was the pickup housing itself, the chassis, pole pieces and everything. So tapping the pickup was like tapping a metal component in a signal path, just like touching the live end of a 1/4-inch instrument cable. You get that same popping, buzzing sound. So as you can see in this schematic drawing, I slightly rewired it so that the chassis ground wire for the bridge pickup is permanently soldered to ground, and only the coil ground wire is connected to the series parallel switch, and this cured that problem.
All right, so here we are. Bass is done. Chris hasn't purchased any knobs yet, so we just have the exposed pot shafts there, and of course we got the big empty P-bass route. But everything works as it should. We've tested it, and now we're just going to check out the tones and see how it sounds.
All right. So
what are we hearing first here?
this is the parallel switch is set to parallel. Tone all the way up. Both volumes on. Okay.
Sounds good. Want to isolate a pickup?
Yeah. Here's just the neck pickup.
Yeah, that's way better. Yeah.
And I was liking when we were messing around, like pulling the tone down on the neck pickup.
Nice.
Here's the tone. Here's the tone all the way off. Neck pickup only.
Yeah. Yeah, even then it's like, it's very dark, but it's maintaining a clarity. It's nice.
Yeah. Here's the, just the neck pickup. Tone all the way up. So I'm, of course, plucking back here, though, too.
You want to bring that pickup up a little bit and get a little more
This one up?
from it.
Yeah, we'll raise it up a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Here's the tone all the way down, bridge pickup.
Yeah, same thing. It kind of maintains that kind of
All right,
gritty, snaky mid-range kind of thing.
All right, so here's the cool thing. So now we'll engage the series, which disengages this volume, master volume now. Tone all the way up, both pickups in series.
Nice.
Even the snapping, and these are old strings.
Yeah, cool.
So here's the
Flip the parallel so we hear the difference dramatically.
all right. So then here, back to series, tone down. I'll go all the way off just to see what it sounds like. Maybe add a little back in.
Yeah. Cool. Open it up all the way. Let's see how that sounds again. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Cool. And for those of you keeping score, it's a .047 plain old ceramic capacitor. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, and this is these are 250 each, and this is what, a 500?
Yeah, that's right. It's a 500K pot on the tone knob. Cool. Well, I would say that was a success.
That's a success.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. All right. Well, that's it for this video here. Check out thesmartguitarist.com. Sign up for the email list there. Also, you can subscribe on YouTube. ChrisClemente.com.
Yes.
Check him out. Badass bass player. And till next time.
Thanks, Mike.
See you later.